What's poppin', everyone? Cammy from CammyCoven.com back with another episode of Pokemon Leaf Green Walkthrough. And the last episode, we took a very long route with some heat-seeking trainers and made it to Fuchsia City. And in this episode, we're going to explore Fuchsia City and take on the Safari Zone. So first things first, in Fuchsia City, we want to head over to the different, zoo-ish area with different Pokemon out on display. And we want to find the one that has a Kangaskhan out in front of it and talk to this trainer. And he wants to be a substitute for Kangaskhan's little baby that she keeps in her pouch. And he's also a move tutor for the move substitute. So I'm going to go ahead and teach that to Primeape. And I am going to get rid of Seismic Toss. It's a little creepy that he wants to crawl inside Kangaskhan's pouch, but I'll take the move. Next we can do is head back over to the bottom of the city. I'm just going to quickly get there by using these cut bushes. And we can head over to these two houses. Now we want to go into the one with the backyard. And he's the last of the fishing guru. He simply loves fishing, and he's going to give you the good rod. Now you can put this good rod to use in his pond in the backyard. In it, if you use the old rod, you can catch Magikarp, and if you use the good rod, you can get Magikarp, Poliwag, and Goldeen. And in his flower bed here, we can get a Max Revive. And heading over to his neighbor, this is the Warden's house. And there's a strength rock that we can get to later. I'm not going to spoil what's behind there. And this is the Warden, and we can't understand him at all because he's missing his teeth. And his teeth are actually in the Safari Zone, which is where we're going to go next. So I'm going to quickly get some items because I used a lot on the route prior. You don't have to use your own Pokemon for the Safari Zone. They're going to give you Pokeballs for you, so don't worry too much about that. We can buy Ultra Balls now, which I do want to buy once I get more money, preferably after the gym, because we're going to need it very soon. So head on up to the Safari Zone, and the Safari Zone is split into different areas, and you get a limited amount of steps per area, and it costs 500 to enter, and you get 30 Safari Balls. So heading on up, and this is the entrance area, and there's lots of Pokemon you can catch and lots of items you can get. It's not timed, so take your time with it, but try not to make any unnecessary steps. In this first entrance area, we can find Execute, Rhyhorn, Venonat, Parasect, Chansey, Nidoran Male, Nidorino, and Scyther for Fire Red, Nidoran Female, Nidorina, and Pinsir for Leaf Green. And I'm just going to demonstrate what it's like to run into a Pokemon. So we have Rhyhorn, and we're going to get 4 options. You can either throw a ball at it to try and catch it, throw some bait, which lets it a lesser chance for it to run away, but it makes it a little bit harder to catch. A rock, which makes it more likely to run away, but easier to catch. Or you can just run from it. And I'm just going to run for it because I don't feel the need to catch a Rhyhorn. But this is just the entrance area, and I'm most likely not going to be able to get through this all on one attempt. But we have a surfing area here too. And you can get Magikarp with the old rod, Magikarp, Goldeen, and Poliwag with the good rod, Golduck, Seaking, Dratini, and Dragonair with the super rod. If you're playing Fire Red, you can get Psyduck, and if you're playing Leaf Green, you can get Slowpoke with the super rod. And on this island there is a Nugget and a Leaf Stone, but we can't really get to there yet. And there's actually one more item that I forgot to grab. I believe it's on the other side of this place, so I'm not sure if we can get it yet. So head on over to Area 1. And in Area 1 we can find Doduo, Execute, Paris, Parasect, and Kangaskhan. If you're playing Fire Red, you can get Nidoran Male, Nidorino, and Scyther. If you're playing Leaf Green, you can get Nidoran Female, Nidorino, and Pinsir. So come up to this ledge here, and we can grab a Leaf Stone. No hidden items here. And the Pokemon here can be up to the mid-30s as we find TM11 Sunny Day. Oh, and we find an Execute, which is the Pokemon I'm looking for. Unfortunately, it's level 23, which is kind of low. But I can hope I'll be able to catch it, because I do want to add it to my team as it runs away. That's great. Head over here, we can grab a full restore. And try for round 2. This one's level 25, it's a bit stronger. We're climbing levels, slowly getting higher and higher. Oh, and we got it. Nice. And lucky for us, we just found a Leaf Stone too, which is what's used to evolve Execute. And we can continue on. You can check your Pokemon in here, and I believe it did go to my party. Yes. So we got a Naughty Execute. It's Grass Psychic with Chlorophyll, and its base moves are Reflect, Leech Seed, Confusion, and Sunstorm. Oh, and I missed an item here. I do believe that it is a max potion though. So heading on to the next area. This is Area 2, I believe. And in this grass you can find Execute, Rhyhorn, Venomoth, Parasect, Chansey, and Tauros. If you're playing Fire Red, you can find Nidoran Male and Nidorino. If you're playing Leaf Green, you can find Nidoran Female and Nidorina. And right here we can grab a Quick Claw. And it is about out of the way, so it is going to cost us some steps. And if you hit start, you can open up your menu and it'll show you how many Pokeballs you have left, or Safari Balls rather, and how many steps you have. And I have 183 left, so I'm definitely not going to make it through this area. But I will come back and show everything off. If we take these stairs, there is some water here, and in this water you can surf or you can fish. If you're surfing, you can find Psyduck and Fire Red and Slowpoke and Leaf Green. If you're fishing, with an old rod you can find Magikarp, with a good rod you can find Magikarp, Goldeen, and Poliwag, and with a super rod you can find Goldeen, Seaking, Dratini, and Dragonair, as well as Psyduck and Fire Red and Slowpoke and Leaf Green. Some interesting Pokemon sounds that you can hear while exploring this place. Coming up here, we can grab TM47, which contains Steel Wing, and we can also grab a protein. Now we have 77 steps left, so I'm going to try and make this count. So head down here, and 24 steps, which should be okay. And this is area 3. And this is the last area that you can be in. The other path down just takes you towards the entrance area, which there is an item that we didn't get earlier. I believe it's a rare candy. And in area 3, you can find Doduo, Execute, Venomoth, Venonat, Tauros, and Kangaskhan, as well as Nidoran Male and Nidorino and Fire Red, Nidoran Female, Nidorino in Leaf Green, or Nidorino rather. And you can also surf on the water, and we can pick up the Warden's gold teeth, which is where he lost them. And I almost made it, but I'll come back real quick just to this area. I'm just gonna cut until I get back there. This is gonna cost me 1,000 just to show off everything here. So really quickly, the item that I missed last time, it was a max potion, I was right. So back where we were, with more steps this time, we can grab TM32, which contains double team. And if we head into this rest house here, this guy will be excited that you made it all the way to him. We're the first person. So he's going to give us HM for Surf, HM03. And this is where you get Surf. It's kind of out of the way, but if you can find the gold teeth, you can find this. And unfortunately, I don't have a Pokemon that can learn Surf on my team, so I can't use it yet. But if you surf down here, there's more items you can get. There's a Revive somewhere around this area, I believe, which is hidden, so use your item finder for that. Or maybe it's on the path down below. And you need Surf, and there's grass over there too, which you can get a max potion and a max revive. And surfing in area 3, if you're playing Fire Red, you'll get Psyduck, and if you're playing Slowpoke, you'll get, or if you're playing Leaf Green, you'll get Slowpoke. Magikarp with the Old Rod, Magikarp Goldeen, Poliwag with the Good Rod, Goldeen, Seaking, Dratini, and Dragonair with the Super Rod, Psyduck and Fire Red, and Slowpoke and Leaf Green with the Super Rod. And that's it for the Safari Zone, so I'm just gonna let my steps run out. There's the item there that you need Surf for. And I have 114, so I'm gonna see if I can get that one item that I did in fact miss. I don't think I have enough steps, but I'm gonna try and be as efficient as possible. I have 10 steps, and I'm not gonna make it, but I believe there is one more item down there. So now that we have that, I am going to put my Execute at the front, and all that's left for Fuchsia is the gym before we move on, but I'm not going to quite do that yet. Firstly, I'm just going to go return the Warden's gold teeth. The Safari Zone actually took up a large portion of time, which I really didn't think it would take up that much. So give the Warden his gold teeth back, and he's finally able to talk. And as a reward, he is going to give us the HM for Strength. So 2 HMs that you can get in Fuchsia City. And I don't have a Pokemon that I really want to teach Strength to, but I will probably catch one and push this boulder, and you can get a rare candy. We used Paris as an HM slave before, but I do recommend that you catch something else that can probably learn Strength as well as Cut, because we're still going to need those two. And Strength we're going to need very shortly, so now that we're all healed up and I have my Execute at the front, we are going to do the other path that leads to Fuchsia City, Route 18, and there are 3 trainers here which you can fight, and this guy will see you from a very long way away. And what this guy said was very important, because he said he always checks the grass for a new Pokemon in each area, but if you're listening to me, you won't have to do that. But in this patch of grass here, you can find Doduo, Spearow, Raticate, Fearow, and Rattata, and there are no items but these 3 trainers. And this next route with the bike trail is actually a bit tricky, because the trainers have Pokemon that are in the mid to level 30s, late 20s, early 30s. And this trainer here is looking for a Slowbro, and he'll trade you for a Lickitung. If you're playing Fire Red though, since you can't get Slowbro, he will ask for a Golduck. So head on out to Route 18 and it'll force you to go on your bike. There is some water here. And this is going to be a little bit more complicated because it's supposed to be downhill. So the route will always push you down, but since I'm going the other way, it's always going uphill. If you hold your B button, you can stop, and this is how you can kind of control which way you're going. But heading up Route 17, there are 10 trainers in total, and if you are underleveled like me, I recommend fighting this before the gym. I'm probably going to do so off screen. But in addition to these trainers and bikers, there's a few items that we can get, as well as more water. So I'm going to head up the right path first. Or maybe not. Yeah, I'm going to head up the right path. And I don't want to run into a trainer if possible. And it's a slow haul up. And there's one trainer there, and I believe I have to fight this guy. Oh no, we can sneak up around him. Good. And I definitely don't recommend doing this route in reverse. And it seems I was wrong to take the right path as I run into a trainer. It's most definitely still not Charmeleon's day because I'm recording these episodes back to back. That hurt. And I'm going to teach my execute some items real quick because I didn't get a chance to do that yet. Teach them some moves, not items. And we're going to teach him Giga Drain. Or her, rather. Instead of Sunspore. So now we have 2 stab moves. And I think I'm going to keep Leech Seed. And that's it for now. Now, there are a bunch of items on this route, and I'm just going to quickly go through them because I am running out of time for this episode. And here's the grass I was looking for before, and in this grass you can find Doduo, Spearow, Raticate, Rattata, and Fearow. And then once you make it all the way back up to Route 16, you're no longer downhill, but there is a mess of bikers in the way that are waiting to challenge you, and they're all pretty strong. I recommend trying to get by them all, and I do so successfully. Because I want to show off what's on the top part of this route real quick. So we're going to use the Poke Flute to fight the Snorlax again like we did. Again, use your item finder after the battle and you'll get leftovers that are under the Snorlax. And now that that's done, we can head up top. And we can avoid this fight here. I believe they have a Ninetales and an Arcanine. And we're here on Route 16 again, and in this house, this is her secret retreat, and she'll give us Fly. So now that you're done, you can fly back to Fuchsia City if you don't want to fight the trainers, but I need the experience, so I think I'm going to do so. But I'm going to do that off screen, and the leftovers will just be here like before. And I don't think I mentioned this previously, but if you come in the gate, This guy will give you the amulet coin if you caught 40 different types of species, which I don't have again. But that's gonna be it for this episode. So like the video, comment on the video, subscribe, and hit that bell if you want to see more videos similar to this one. And in the next episode, we're gonna start the Fuchsia City Gym.